International Geographic Research and Production present An Island on the Equator. The time to prepare for the hunt had arrived. To make a bow, the head of the clan uses a piece of a palm tree. The bowstring is made from the baiko tree's bark, which is also used in making bands. The clan's shaman, called Amankola, has retrieved from a secret hiding place some plants which he had gathered in the jungle and prepared in advance. They are called lapa and omai. The third component of the fast-acting poison used during the hunt is a hot chili pepper. It is grown not far from the hut, especially for this purpose. Along with his daughter, Amankola picks only the ripe pepper pods. Poison preparation is always performed inside the house or on a special platform. Each clan has its own recipe and keeps it a secret. Thus, only one or two people in a clan can prepare poison. The secret recipe is passed on from generation to generation. First, the three plants are mixed together in a certain proportion, and the mixture is placed in a small wicker basket that has no bottom. Then, using special tongs, juice is squeezed into a bowl made from a coconut shell. The stick with which the poison is applied to an arrowhead is made of a palm tree, and the brush itself is made of monkey hair. Mentawai people use two kinds of arrows. The ones with palm arrowheads are used when hunting monkeys and birds. For bigger prey, such as pigs and deer, metal spearheads are used. The poison has to be applied with great care and spread all over the area of an arrowhead. The poison is effective for a period of 3 months. This allows the hunter to prepare a lot of arrows in advance. I was allowed to participate in this important ritual as well. I was a little worried, but went on with the task at hand without showing my feelings. The hunters watched me carefully and gave instructions and advice. Their approving looks convinced me that I was handling my new responsibilities well. Before the hunt begins, the natives perform special ceremonies where they present the spirits with the meat of domestic animals so that the spirits grant them a successful hunt. The Mentawaians believe that all of the animals in the forest belong to the spirits. The arrows with fresh poison are dried in the sun for about 20 minutes. After that, they are ready to use. The dogs had picked up the tracks of a wild pig and forced it into the water. The hunter had shot it with a single arrow that had been dipped in poison. It took the poison 30 seconds to work on a 50-kilogram animal. The hunters take the carcass out of the water and tie it with lianas. Afterwards, following an ancient ritual, they decorate themselves with leaves and flowers to celebrate the successful hunt. In the Uma, the hunters who had returned with the pig were greeted with a drum roll. In his thoughts, a hunter thanks the spirits of the jungle for their assistance. The banana leaves on which the carcass will be prepared are disinfected over the fire. The hunters inform everyone of their successful hunt by performing a loud and continuous drum beat. The Mentawaians spend a lot of time decorating themselves. They believe that a soul can leave the man's body and not come back if he does not follow certain rituals, does not wear traditional decorations, tattoos, and does not take care of his body. A person has to do everything he can so that the soul will want to come back to him. It is also improper to humiliate it or to force it to do certain things. That is why the children here are never forced to do anything. The Mentawaian culture follows its own ways. Its basis is the harmony between people and the visible and the non-visible worlds. For the Mentawaians, this is reflected in the desire of a man's soul to peacefully coexist with the nature that surrounds it. The preparation of the pig takes place on a deck. Children are present at this procedure. They look at the pig, study it, and learn how to prepare the carcass correctly. In such a non-obtrusive way, adults pass down their experience to the younger generation. The blood, together with the heart and other internal organs, are cooked separately. Only the shamans have the right to eat them. The meat is cooked in covered bamboo containers over an open fire. All the meat that is left is lightly fried on a broken piece of bamboo, which is placed on special poles over the fire. Before the ceremonies begin, the whole family, men, women, and children, festively dressed and decorated, gather together. The pork is eaten with hands out of wooden bowls and washed down with a lot of water. Instead of bread, pork is served along with flat cakes made from sago flour. Towards evening, one of the girls had come down with a fever. On this occasion, several shamans, who are called kere, had gathered around the sick girl and started to persuade the spirit of this illness to leave the girl's body with the help of ritual songs and special bells. After the ceremony, the shamans leave the house one by one. By doing this, they force the spirit of this illness out of their uma. After the spirit has been forced to leave, the shamans start to prepare a healing potion from herbs. The medicine is then rubbed onto the sick girl's hands and feet. Only after the medical treatment is completed do the traditional dances begin. When dancing, the men imitate the behavior of animals. In this dance, they are imitating an eagle that is attacking a chicken. In the morning of the next day, the old shaman and the head of the family, Tio Rocha, along with his granddaughter, go to the forest to plant a new sago palm. Here, in the jungle of his native island, he remembers how a long time ago his father had taken him along to plant a sago palm. Today, he, the old and respected elder of his clan, is planting a tree also. Like most Mentawaians, he believes that as long as the older generation takes care of the future, as long as this tradition exists, the people of Mentawai will live on Siberut, on a tiny island lost in the Indian Ocean.